Ward, after the broken pressure, will go to Van Lake on top with 18 seconds left to go in the quarter. Down low, ball tipped away, and it will go out of bounds. It'll stay in the hands. Nice job by Higgins. Went for the ball, didn't touch it, wisely pulled back, and it will be Lady Grizzly basketball deep on the sideline now, they'll call it. Barnes, not Barnes, the Nubians lineup, Cassie Brost to Van Lake. They'll go back to Brost on the sideline. Shot up, point blank, couldn't get it to go. Hovey had it, lost it from Barnes to Higgins with 1.5. To Van Lake from downtown, no. And we've got 1 quarter in the book with the score on the Grable Building Center scoreboard. After one, the Riverside Rebels hit a couple of baskets late, and they march out to an 8-point lead after one, 17-9 on the Grable Building Center scoreboard. And again, a reminder, this is the first of 2 games this afternoon, as the Brent Winters and the Rebel squad will take on the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. Rocky Mountain with a big win last night at home as they upend the Grable Buffs in overtime, as the teams will continue to jockey for that pivotal 2-3 slot, as Thermopolis is all but locked up a 1. Things could happen, but Thermopolis looks to have locked up the 1 seed. Not so much on the girls' end of things. The win by Rocky Mountain over the Grable Lady Buffs last night will go wonders, as Rocky Mountain and Grable are currently vying for the 3 slot. Shoshone, the way she looks now, destined to play on the road in the challenge game. Rebels with the ball to start quarter number 2. We're going to get a hand check inside, as the Rebels posted that time Vavra down low. And Callie Ward is going to be called for the personal foul with the hand check or the hold inside.
Number 2 on Ward.
So the Rebels will just move the ball now inbound baseline. They'll work it in deep to Tanya Twitchell off the glass. Wasn't looking, put the shot up off the mark, no. Substitution, Chelsea Longshore in as well with Tanya Twitchell, with Hovey, Vigil, and a missing one, and Vavra. In deep, Brost will go back to Ward on top, as Van Lake is now out. As also Miranda Wilson is checked into the lineup. Brost on the near side. On top to Ward. Hey, what you want? That's Sarah Olson that's in the lineup. They've got listed as Miranda Wilson, that at 31. The foul was called on Vavra, her 3rd. She will check out. Ward to the line. First one will not go for Cowley. Now Vavra out with Gets Free in. Second on the way. That is good. 17-10. The lead is 7 for the Lady Rebels. Nicole Vavra on the bench with 3. On top, Longshore. Gets free, down low, intended for Vigil. Nice hustle, ball tipped away. Last touch by Leslie Blackburn. It will be Lady Rebel basketball, baseline right side. Inbound to Getsfried. Longshore, Twitchell into the corner. Vigil nearly a skip pass. Instead, Twitchell back to Longshore. Now they'll work it to Hovey on top. Looking for the interior defense. They go to Longshore. Didn't clear the paint. 3 is going to be called. Chelsea Longshore came across the high post and took the pass. Gave it right up, but didn't clear the zone. Chelsea singled out last night by Coach Corey Sova as having an absolutely fabulous game off the bench. Ashley Vigil with one of those Ashley fouls like sometimes she picks up. Case in point, that one just kind of ran alongside and couldn't help. You just had to give him the nudge. First on Vigil.
4th team foul.
Getfried went for the steal, didn't get it. Controlled nicely by Ward, who might have got the carry with it. No, and there's the travel, and then she spun the foot. .6:18 remaining here in the first half, 17-10. Pace has slowed down a little bit for these two squads in quarter number 2. In the corner, Twitchell. Bounce pass, risky pass. Kick will give it back to the Lady Rebels. Twitchell tried a one-hand, almost a sidearm baseball bounce pass into the middle through the double team. Break for the Rebels as it was kicked, and they'll get it back and reset the offense. On top, Jamie Hovey. Gave it up, got it back. There's the kick to Twitchell. They'll work it to Twitchell on the perimeter, run 2 double cuts, and then thrown her away. (17-10). Olsen in the backcourt is going to carry the ball. Wasey Tripp to check in next dead ball. Getfried on top. Hawked by Ward. Will give it off to Hovey. Twitchell on the right side to Longshore. Shot won't go. Taken away on the floor by Higgins. Outside, Olsen. Left-hander put the shot up, left it short off the rim. Nice job, nice position inside. Count the hoop, Eliza Higgins. Nice job by Higgins' dad. Olsen made the move to the basket. Higgins just took one step inside. She's the tallest player on the floor and was in perfect rebound position.
Very good job at rebounding.
17-12, the lead now cut to 5. So it's just a little mini 3-zip run here for Rocky Mountain here to start quarter number 2. 5:05 time remaining in the first half, 17-12. A 5-point lead for the Riverside Rebels. Riverside with kind of one of those strange schedules in the Class 2A Northwest as they have played. This will be their 3rd conference game of the year. Grable has played 6, I believe, after day. Grable right now taking on Shoshone. We'll try to get you a score from that one. 17-12. Wasey Triplett is back in as Jamie Hovey is out. Vigil's out as well as Michelle Hovey in. Wasey Triplett from 15, and she now knows why she very often does not take those shots as she left it way out. Ward to inbound against the pressure. And there's the steal. Getfried up with the steal. Lob down low to Triplett. Nice job to tap it to herself, run it down in the corner. To Twitchell on top, now to Getfried. To Hovey. That's Hovey the younger. And I'm not supposed to call that because Hovey the older doesn't like that. Right side, Michelle Hovey. To the top, Twitchell to Longshore. Lady Rebels doing a lot of standing. Inside ball's deflected after it is Longshore. Nice job to come up with a kick to the top, Hovey. Right side, Triplett. Look for the cutter. Getfried traveled. Got it in traffic and got the happy feet. Shot went, won't count. Now Twitchell out, Jamie Hovey back in. (17-12), the lead is 5. Van Lake back in lineup. She with the ball now to Ward. Now back to Van Lake, still in the backcourt. Rebels looking to trap. They'll break it free. Ward, throw it through the middle. Ball's deflected. Olsen, nice job to run it down. About took out a kid on the corner. And on the baseline, a kick's going to be called on the Lady Rebels. The ball will stay in the hands of the Lady Grizz baseline left. Inbound, Van Lake, 15-foot tough angle. Didn't get it to go. Ball loose on the floor. After it is Triplett. Triplett off to Getsfried. Throw it ahead to Hovey. Jamie will run it down. Near side, Longshore to Michelle Hovey. Back across to Getsfried to Triplett. To Getsfried. Baseline, 17-footer. Got it. Amber Getsfried, a little 17-foot tough angle on the left base, excuse me. Pressure back on will be broken by the Lady Grizz. Olsen on top, got away with the walk. She'll give it off baseline left side to Van Lake. Cross-court pass, Ward's there, give it off to Blackburn. Blackburn turn fire, that's a nice seal out by Higgins inside. Cleared, got rid of it to Ward, put it up, left it way short. Lady Grizz just a little more aggressive on the offensive boards than the Rebels are on the defensive boards right now. And they're getting a shot attempt after shot attempt as Olsen out, Barnes in. And they're going to clear out inside. Eliza Higgins may have just picked up the foul. 35.
Number 2.
No argument from the 5'10 sophomore. Lady Rebs will head to the forecourt. That's the 4th team foul on the Lady Grizz. On top, Longshore to Michelle Hovey. Hovey from downtown, off the mark, no good. Michelle Hovey's there. Turn, fire through it. Don't know if she looked at the basket, but the shot went for Michelle Hovey. As currently with a covey of Hoveys on the floor. Van Lake into the forecourt, hawked by Getsfried. Little bitty hop, give it off to Barnes on the left side on top. Work her way around a nice screen by Higgins, put it up, left it short, ball tipped. There to pick it up is Blackburn, put it up and in. Higgins is doing a nice job if she can't get the shot or the rebound to keep it alive, just get a hand on it. 21-14, the lead 7 for the Lady Rebels of Riverside. They have led since the get-go, 17-9 after 1. The lead currently back at 7 with 2:10 remaining in the first half of action from Rebel Gymnasium in Basin. Of course, these are conference games, so dollars for scholars money, courtesy of the Grable Building Center. For every conference win for the Rebels or Lady Rebels, $250 thrown into a scholarship fund. The same thing for Grable. Last year between Grable and Riverside, $4,500 worth of scholarships given away by the Grable Building Center, 617 First Avenue South. March 1st, beginning our 15th year in business. Proud to support scholar athletes. Hovey off a nice feed, put it up and in. That's a nice feed. Amber Getsfried left it for Hovey with the left hand. One step, ball never touched the floor, up and in, 23-14, lead back to 9. In the forecourt, Barnes will leave it for Brost. She will circle back to the top. Off to Van Lake, to Brost. Left side, Barnes, thought about it. Defense was there too quick. To Brost, to Van Lake. We're running it now with one big out as Higgins is on the bench. Blackburn running the baseline. Into the lineup, ball was deflected away from Ward, but controlled by the Lady Grizz. Blackburn to the top, to Van Lake. Buck 18 left to go here in the first half. Blackburn, there's a clear back out to Barnes. To Van Lake, tipped away off Wade Wyman. Last touch seal saved by Jamie Hovey. Couple big games next week as well. One conference, one non-conference. Ball deflected around, then tipped to the bottom. Hovey's after it, saves it. Here comes Jamie Hovey with the 3-on-2. Right side, gets free turn, fire, off the mark, no. After it is Triplet, bounces it back to the middle. Hovey, can she get it? No, off the front of the iron, no. Taking away Van Lake, point blank. Nice hustle by the Lady Rebs, all for naught. Barnes to the forecourt. We'll leave it for Brost, left side, outside. Right side, Barnes thought about it. To Ward, back to Barnes. From 22 foot on the way, back of the iron, no. Blackburn up in the air, couldn't get it. Triplet comes down with it. There's the kick out to Getsfree. Defense is back, but Amber will rush it to the forecourt. To Hovey, turn, fire, off the mark, no, with 4. To Van Lake. Up court to Ward, will it count? No. Would it counted had it have gone? Didn't count, half in the books. We have 1 half in the books with the score on the Grable Building Center scoreboard, 23-14. 23-14, Lady Rebels. They led it 17-9 after 1 quarter of play. 23-14 here at the break. As mentioned, the Lady Rebs kind of been on a run lately, a lot of games. They suffered a loss on Tuesday. That was a makeup game to the Gillette Junior Varsity, losing by about a dozen in Gillette. No harm there, as the Gillette Varsity came out the next night, beating Riverton, holding the Riverton Varsity to 19 points in a 45-point win. That and the loss to TR, the only 2 blemishes on the Lady Rebels record so far. And next week they will face Shoshone and Bighorn. Both those games, we are told, check the ever-informative Basin Republican Wrestler, but we are told both those games are at home next week, as the Rebels, with a strange schedule, are going to be home for a couple of weeks, and they will finish the last 2.5 weeks on the road. Their last home game comes about approximately the 6th of February, 6th or 7th of February. I believe it's against the Lady Chiefs of Wyoming Indian. So in the upgrade in schedule this year that the Rebels have taken, they play Bighorn, who is ranked in the top 5. They play them once here. They play Tongue River in a home-and-home series, as they have for years. They are ranked in the top 5. They were ranked number 1 until last week. And the Lady Chiefs, who have been ranked as high as number 1, and they are in the top 5 and have been since the get-go. They play them 2 games this year, defeating them at home a couple of weeks ago, and will play them at home that first full weekend in February. Here, they have a 9-point lead at the half, 23-14. Scoring numbers through the first half, John Good.
All right, for Rocky Mountain, we have Higgins with 6, Blackburn 5, Barnes 2, and Ward 1 for a total of 14. They have attempted 3 free throws and made 2 of them. We have Higgins and Ward each with 2 fouls. For Riverside, Getsfried with 8, Triplet 5, Hovey 4, Barbara 2, Hovey 2, that's Michelle Hovey 2, and Ashley Vigil 2 for a total of 23. They are 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And we have Favre with 3 fouls.
Okay, that the numbers through the first half. And again, we are waiting. If we hear a score from the Grable-Shoshone game, we will pass it on to you. If you have a score on the Grable-Shoshone game, and you're one of them technical people that knows how to text, you can text me at Rebel Gymnasium, the number 272-4466, 272-4466. So a big win for Rocky Mountain last night, as that should give the Lady Grizz, and I've been out of the country, folks, but I believe gives the Lady Grizz 2 wins in conference with the win over Shoshone. Grable White right now with 1 win in conference. That win was over Shoshone. Grable, however, losing twice to Thermopolis. and once to the Rebels last Saturday. Would leave them with a mark of 1-4 in the conference. That sound right?
That's right.
1-4 in the conference. The Riverside Rebels right now are 2-0. I believe Rocky Mountain is 1-3, or excuse me, 2-2 in the conference, I believe. And again, just going from memory here. And currently they find themselves down to the Rebels by 9, 23-14 in it. And the way the conference appears to look this year and the way that the state appears to look, it is a big job to get out of the 3-4 spot in the Northwest, as it is to get out of the 3-4 spot in the Southwest. Right now, Wyoming Indian and Mountain View are the two teams from the Southwest. They are very good basketball teams, and they have been for years.
I believe Mountain View took care of Thermopolis last night. I believe I've seen that in the paper. Beat them quite handily.
Yeah, and they have good squads, both girls and boys. Squads are very good. But as far as from the girls' end, so you've got Mountain View and you've got Coach Moss and the Lady Chiefs. They will face the 3 and 4 teams from this side, which right now would be, barring anything, if you put Shoshone into the 5 slot, and I know if you're a Shoshone fan, you're listening in, we're dishing you, but if you just take the 4 schools right now, not figuring a play-in game, that would be a Grable facing a Mountain View or Wyoming Indian, and that would be a Rocky Mountain facing a Grable, Shoshone, or Rocky Mountain at this juncture would face one of those two teams. And conversely, for the other end, Wind River and Big Piney, two programs that, if they aren't going backwards, they aren't going. Those programs have struggled on the girls' end for several years, and they're going to have a tough matchup because right now they would face Thermopolis and Riverside if the old season was to end today. And that's got a bad first day of basketball written all over it, unless somebody really steps up and brings the A game to town. And that will come out over the weeks ahead.
I believe, if I remember right, the Lady Chiefs beat Big Piney last night by about 60.
Okay.
I think they scored over 100 points last night.
Yeah. The score we got is second quarter 9-3, Grable over Shoshone. All right. We just get all sorts of.
Is that from Chris?
That's from 272-1749. And then from John. Yeah, so 9-3, and if we can get scores, if you could pass them along to me, that would be absolutely fabulous. So you know at home if you flip the channels, but us here, really, we can barely keep track of the score on this board here, which, by the way, is 23-14 Riverside. If we've got that, it can kind of, we'll work it into what we got going over here. Grable desperately needs a win today in girls basketball at home, trying to defend the home turf. And then they'll come back in a couple of weeks and they'll face Rocky Mountain. That game will be in Grable. And Rocky Mountain is never an easy place to play basketball. It's a tough place to play. If you're Rocky Mountain, that is an advantage, and that's not saying it's a bad thing. It's just saying it's an advantage, like the Chiefs of Wyoming Indian have the advantage down there on their court, the way it's all set up. 23-14 here at the break. It's a 9-point lead for the Lady Rebels. Fouls 3 on Vavra, I think you said, John.
Yes.
2 apiece on Ward and Higgins for Rocky Mountain. This is the first of 2. Of course, Grable Shoshone boys will be playing later. Riverside Shoshone, boys and girls. I believe we were told, and all this all came to us late as we got here late, but I believe Shoshone Riverside next Friday and Riverside Bighorn next Saturday is what we were told. So key games in the conference, and of course with the Dollars for Scholars program, every conference win by the Lady Rebels and for the Buffs and Lady Buffs over in Grable, every conference win, $250 is added to the total of the scholarship fund in the availability of scholarships given away at the end of the year to athletes and student athletes alike. And that money not just necessarily for athletes. Everything's available. Last year, I believe there were five $500 scholarships given away in Basin. Four given away in Grable last year.
Right.
So $4,500, which I believe puts about our 12-year total at close to $35,000 given away in scholarships to Grable and Riverside students. Just the Grable Building Center is a little way of saying thanks for all you do. March 1st, celebrating 15 years in business in the Bighorn Basin. We are through half number one. We are headed to half number two with the score 23-14. It will be Lady Grizz basketball to start the second half. They will start the half as they started the game with Blackburn and Higgins, with Barnes, Ward, and Van Lake. Riverside will start the same way too. Vavra with the three will be in. She'll be joined by Getzfried, Vigil, Jamie Hovey, and Wasey Triplett. Ward to inbound. The officiating crew of Wyman, White, and Dokes are set. We are also set and are underway here in half number two. 23-14. Lady Rebs put 17 on the board in the first quarter, kind of took the second quarter off. Ward can't answer inside, and then the foul will be called on Van Lake.
Number one on Van Lake.
Van Lake whistled for her first. And the Rebels on their first possession. Getzfried will bring it to the forecourt where she will find Vavra on the right side. Vavra behind the arc, can it. Patiently, the defense fell off. She took one dribble to set herself, drilled the three ball, 26-14. I think that's Vavra's first point to the ball game, is it not, John?
No, she had a field goal right
she had a field goal, okay.
early in the first quarter.
5 in the ball game. The lead is now a dozen. Higgins, the Rebs will be content to give Higgins the ball outside. Hovey keeping an eye on her. Barnes has it tipped away by Vigil. Now we'll get rid of it to Ward. Vavra's got to be careful. She's got three to Higgins. Ball deflected down low, but it will go to Barnes. Put it up, can't get it. Higgins had it. Will put the shot up wide off the mark. No, Getzfried will save it to the middle. Risky save. Vigil is there. And a baseball pass. Getzfried to Vavra. Lay it up. Got it. That's a tough pass from Amber Getzfried. That's a baseball pass that goes about 7 foot high. And it goes the length of the floor. In the forecourt, ball stolen by Hovey. Here comes Jamie. The lead is now 14. Left side, outside Vigil. They'll go to Vavra. Vavra, nice spin move to break free. Fouled, will go to the line. Barnes will be called for the foul. Melissa Barnes will be whistled. Vavra's going to head to the line to shoot the deuce.
Number one foul on Barnes.
Second team foul of the half. Comes with 6:25 left to go in the third quarter.
Vavra has not been to the line.
And she dribbles the first one in. The lead is now 15-29 to 14. It's a little 6-zip run to start the second half for the Lady Rebs. And it remains a 6-zip run as Vavra goes 1 for 2. Higgins with the rebound. Now Van Lake to the forecourt. Guarded by Getzfried. Will pick it up, find right side. Barnes. Higgins left side. Ball to the middle is deflected, worked in the hand. Nice job by Van Lake to come up with it and just tip it over to Leslie Blackburn, who hits the little 12-footer. 29-16, Vavra. Spank will go to the line. Blackburn or Barnes. 23, they will say. That is Melissa Barnes.
Number 2.
Vavra back to the line. Drains the first, nothing but net. She has 5 in the quarter, 7 in the game, I believe.
She has 3, 5, 7, 9.
Okay. You can give her that one too for 10. She's in double digits, 31-16. Ward to Barnes on top. There's that aforementioned foul that we sometimes talk about. Ashley will be
number 2.
Getfried went for the steal, didn't get Van Lake inside. Well, throw it away. Tried to go in just a little bit deeper to Eliza Higgins. Van Lake had about probably an 8-footer. Wanted to go in just a little bit deeper to Higgins and threw it away. In the forecourt, Hovey from 17 foot, off the mark, no. Nice job inside. Triplet, got it. Wacy Triplet, nice job with the O board. And the lead up to 17, 33-16. And there's the carry called on Melissa Barnes. I say they get the hand under it just enough. Vavra looks inside. Still will go to Getfried, now to Hovey. Vigil on the right side. Look in. There's the lob in deep to Vavra. Vavra put it up looking for the foul, didn't get it. Hovey's there, put it up and in. Van Lake, looked like Van Lake and Higgins might have each had a hand on the ball. It popped away. Jamie Hovey was there, put it up and in. And the Lady Rebels, who can score very quickly, have put 12 on the board in just over 3.5 minutes in the third quarter. Inside, they throw it away. Wacy Triplet with the steal to Getfried to Vavra. Head fake, they'll find Hovey, baseline deep. In the middle, ball's tipped away, but it'll go back to Hovey. Hovey, a nice job, will throw it off of Eliza Higgins and out of bounds. Higgins gave up baseline and then took a step back, regained base. Hovey going out of bounds, just flicked it off the leg of Higgins. Comes with 4:07 left to go here in the third quarter of play. A 19-point lead, 35-16. It has been a 12-2 run for the Lady Rebels here in quarter number 3 to blow this thing open. And if the game continues as is, another $250. We'll raise the total to $750 in scholarship dollars available to Riverside High School from the Grable Building Center dollars for Scholars Fund. $35-16. Vigil to inbound. Inbounds will go to Hovey on the base. Looking for the cutter. Triplet couldn't get it to her. Didn't get the seal out. They'll work it to Vavra on top to Getfried. Bounce pass to Hovey at the high. Looked in deep. Wraparound pass. Nice pass, however, wrong team. Taken away by Barnes. Barnes drop, stop, put it up, and count it. She'll go to the line. Melissa Barnes, nice way, pulled up in a hurry. Got the kind roll, count the hoop. Jamie Hovey is going to pick up the foul.
Number 1 on Hovey.
And Barnes got the kind roll, back of the iron, straight up in the air and dropped. 35-19, lead down to 16. Rebels to answer. Getzfried will find triplet. They'll go back to Getzfried. 3 on the way. Getzfried got it. I guess that's how you do answer. Answer the 3 with the 3. 38-19. Higgins will give it back to Ward. Ward looked to get rid of it to Barnes. They'll find Van Lake on top. 1 dribble now to Ward left side. Looking for one of the 2 bigs. They'll run the roll to Higgins. Nice give to Barnes, who will put it up and in. Higgins got it side halfway up the paint. Nice dump into Barnes. 38-21. In the corner, Hovey's going to try a 3 ball. Ooh. Should shoot the 23-footer from 23 foot, not 23, or not 21 feet. Is about 2 foot over the rainbow. Barnes into the forecourt. Barnes 7 in the ball game, 5 in the quarter. They feed Higgins high, down low to Barnes. Blocked and fouled by Ashley Vigil. That's going to be her 3rd, I believe.
Number 3.
With 2:27 left to go in the 3rd quarter, 38-21. Barnes to the line, in and out, no good. Ash will check out. Chelsea Longshore checks in. Second one off the mark, no good. Triplet will clear it out to Getzfried. Here come the Lady Rebels. In the forecourt, Vavra. Dump it into Triplet. Waste had it blocked and taken away. Nice big block. That was Eliza Higgins up high. To Callie Ward, who heads forecourt to Van Lake. To Ward. Take it across, tipped away. Getzfried's after it. Amber up with it, 1-on-2. Lean in, put the shot up too hard off the glass. No rebound, fouled. Nice hustle, Chelsea Longshore. She's going to go to the line to shoot a couple. Callie Ward will be called for the personal foul at the 2:07 mark.
That'd be number 3 on Ward.
As Cassie Brost, number 3, the senior, will check in. Van Lake will check out. Was on the floor, so Longshore will inbound it. To Wasey Triplet. She's fouled and will go to the line. Callie Ward, did she just pick up her 4th?
Number 4.
Callie Ward just picked up her 4th. And to the line, Wasey hits the first. 39-21. Off the mark, no on the second. Longshore kept it alive, but it'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Chelsea as she tried to wrestle it away from Eliza Higgins. Olsen to inbound. To Brost. Brost circle through the double team, and then Longshore. Nice job to hustle, and then to save it back in. Kind of a risky save, throwing it underneath the basket, but the Lady Rebels quick enough to get under it. That was Hovey. Back to Longshore, to Getzfried, left side. They'll work it to Hovey. Tipped in deep. No, pass a little bit behind Triplet. Good idea. That's Barnes. Quick to answer. Bank it. Count it for 2. Melissa Barnes, a nice job on the pull-up. That's the second time she's pulled up from about 15. Up court, Vavra. Spin move inside. Fouled, and will go to the line. You get past one big, and there's a second one back there. They got past Blackburn's. Higgins was hiding backside and crossed over.
Number 3 on Higgins.
Vavra's going to short arm it off the front of the iron. Tanya Twitchell checks in. Wasey Triplet will take a break. Higgins that time might have had the block clean. Looked like she swatted down instead of tipping away. Vavra can't get either one. The aforementioned Higgins with the rebound. 39-23, leads 16. Up court, Brost will find Olsen, who puts it up and in. Lady Rebels beat at their own game that time as the Grizz just beat them down the floor. And Sarah Olsen will pick up the hoop. catch around the perimeter now. Under a minute remaining in the third. Vavra from the corner, 3-ball, no. Blackburn with the rebound. Blackburn off to Barnes, who's had a great offensive quarter for the Lady Grizz. Work it to Olsen. Up court, tipped away. Nice defense by Longshore, taken away by Hovey. Jamie will take it into traffic, and there's the kick, there's the foul. It's going to be bonus. It's going to be free throws for Hovey. As the foul was called on Cassie Brost. And now Vavra out. Ashley Vigil checks back into the lineup. Hovey to the line, where she will be shooting 1+. What do you have on Jamie?
1 field goal.
And 0 of 1 from the stripe. Lady Rebs missed the front end. That's the Achilles of the Lady Rebels. Basically a 50% free throw shooting team thus far in the year. Olsen tries to answer from downtown, no. Vigil will run it down on the sideline. Give it off to Getsfried with 18. Into the forecourt. Longshore. To the high, to Hovey. Nice feed. Hovey can't get it to go. Ball loose. To Brost. From downtown. No. Bank, front of the iron and off. And we have got 3 quarters in the books with the score on the Grable Building Center scoreboard. 39-25. It is a 14-point lead for the Riverside Lady Rebels as we head to quarter number 4. And from the aforementioned 272-1719. Oh, hi, Cassie. It's 20-11 Grable. Miss Cassie Cowan passing the score along to me. 39-25. Grable in command over Shoshone over yonder in girls basketball. And life is good. Little weather shock yesterday, folks. Woke up and suffered through an 80-degree day on the north shore of Oahu, only to find out that the wind chill was 12 below zero here. But kicking and screaming, we made our way back to Bighorn County. Getting into town about 1:45 and on the air at 2:20. Lady Rebs with the ball to start quarter number 4. See if they're going to take the air out of it and just try to bring. Guess they're not. Getfried's going to make a nice pass to Twitchell as she shot the air ball. Tanya's shot blocked from behind by Higgins, taken away by the Lady Grizz. Had wondered if Riverside might just pull it out a little bit and just see what Rocky would do. Blackburn shot off the mark, no. Higgins is there, no, but she's fouled and will go to the line. Jamie Hovey's going to commit the personal foul.
Be number 2 on Hovey.
To the line, Eliza Higgins.
She's not been to the line yet.
She is now 1 of 1.
She has 7 points.
Okay. 3 buckets, all in the first half. Cut the lead to 13. Higgins cuts the lead to 12. Nice job. Eliza gets them both, 39-27. Hovey in the corner to Vigil. Dump it in deep to Twitchell. Tanya put the shot up, no. Contact, no call. Ripped away by Higgins, who owns the boards inside. Off to Van Lake, who's going to hit to the forecourt. Right side, Ward, who's back in with 4. Getfried with the near steal. Didn't get it. Nice job by Higgins to slap it away. On the baseline, Higgins or Ward, they'll say she stepped out of bounds on the sideline. Nice defense from the backside, Chelsea Longshore. It's good defense. She will now sit out with Tanya Twitchell as Vavra and Triplet back in. The Lady Rebs back to their original 5. Barnes on the bench for Rocky, replaced by Olson. Other than that, their original 5. There's a nice dump down to Wasey. Can't get it to go off the glass. Little hard. Taken away by the Lady Grizz, who can cut it to a 10-point game with a deuce. Single digits with the tray. Ball in the middle, deflected. Right to Van Lake. Put the shot up in traffic. No. Run down by Getzfried. Here comes Amber. Baseball pass ahead to Vigil. Ash cross court Vavra. Nice move inside Vavra. Off the glass. Didn't get it. Got it back. Or no, that was Wasey Triplet off the offensive board. Put it up and in. In traffic. Triplet for the deuce. The lead back to 14 as Van Lake will find Olson in the forecourt. Turn, shovel the 3, off the mark, no good. Run down in the corner by Vigil. Here comes Ashley up the right side. Left side outside Vavra. There's the dump in deep. Now they will find Getzfried 4-3. Back of the iron, no good. After it was Triplet, taken away by Higgins. Ripped up Getzfried and Higgins tied it up. Nice hustle by Amber after Eliza Higgins. It came down with the loose ball, but the possession arrow will favor the Grizzlies, with 5:35 remaining. Pressure just beat it. Ward just beat getting back inbound, and after it slapped away, Getzfried, nice bounce pass to Vigil, lay it up. Ash got it. Amber Vigil, credit her with the steal and then that excellent pass. And then the ball deflected. And here is that Lady Rebel pressure, and they're going to call the foul Ashley Vigil.
Number 4.
There's now Olson out, Barnes in. Barnes, who had a heck of a third quarter, 7 points in quarter number 3, has 9 in the ball game. Van Lake on the side, off just the frenetic pace by the Lady Rebels. On top, Van Lake, right side, outside Higgins. Base from the base, shot up by Blackburn, no, taken away by Hovey. There's the kick out to Vavra, spot 3 on the way, too far. Vigil's after it, can't come down with it. Barnes will, she'll head to the forecourt with 4:35 left to go in the ball game, 43-37. Barnes faked the 3 to Ward. Ward from downtown, gonna leave it way short. Hovey's after it, wanting to run. In the forecourt to Vavra. They go back to Hovey, right side Getzfried. Back to Hovey. Hit the high post, and there's the travel. Waste was going to spin and shoot. Spun, didn't shoot, so took the step to reset. And the traveling violation on the Rebels will give it back to the Grizz. Down by 16. Ball in the forecourt will be deflected by Hovey, taken away by Triplet. Vigil will come up with it on kind of a hectic pace there. A foul will be called. Van Lake is going to be called as she got a hand in and got the hand on Hovey.
Number 2 on Van Lake.
Jamie Hovey to the line. She's going to shoot 1+.
Has not been to the free throw line.
What do you have on Hovey in the game?
6 points.
Make it 7 points in the ball game. Eight in the ball game. Hovey gets them both. 45-27. The lead that at one point the Grizz had a chance to tip down and get to into 10. As that's a nice pass off a steal from Hovey to Vigil, going out of bounds, wrapped it around to Getzfried. Put it up for 2, then Vavra on the steal will lay it up. It won't go, but she'll go to the line. And the lead just like that up to 20. And the foul will be called on Melissa Barnes.
Number 3.
Vavra hits the first free throw. 48-21, largest lead of the ball game now at 21 for the Rebels. 1 of 2. Higgins with the rebound, long outlet to Barnes. Dumps the middle, Higgins, nice job to keep the foot down. To Barnes, to Van Lake. Right side, outside, Blackburn. Ward to Blackburn, looking for the clear out inside. Van Lake in traffic, blocked, wasted trip. It's going to be called for the foul. They'll say got her on the arm, and that will send Kelsey Van Lake to the free throw line where she's going to shoot 2 shots.
First foul on Wasey Triplett.
Van Lake to the line, can't get the first to go. Quiet game offensively for Kelsey. No buckets, 0 of 1 from the field, or 1 from the stripe, excuse me. 1 of 2 from the stripe. She's got 1 in the game. The lead back to 20 for the Rebels. 48-28, they lead the Rocky Mountain Grizz in Class 2A Northwest Conference basketball action. Now the Rebels are going to pull them out. Hovey holding the ball on the right side to Getz-Fried at the half. Back to Hovey. This is where the speed of a Riverside, if they run this correctly, can really cause some troubles because they have good ball handlers, for the most part. Not great ball handlers, but good ball handlers. And they are so fast. Hovey cleared the dribble to Triplett. They'll go back to Hovey. They're going to look, and they're going to find Vavra in a minute, who's wide open inside as she circles back to the backside. And out, Coach Corey Sobe is actually going to clear the bench, is what he's going to do right here. 5 in, 5 out. With 2:20 remaining in the ball game, the lead is 20 for the Lady Rebels of Riverside, who will empty the bench. Lady Rebs going to look to go 3-0 in the conference and have done nothing this week to take away from their #1 ranking. They defended at home against 2 conference foes.
They appear to be a pretty solid team.
Yeah, as
there's nothing great about them other than the fact that they play so good together.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have outstanding athletes, but they have...
they've got some very good athletes. Maybe not outstanding basketball players.
Yeah.
You know, per se. On the turnover, Higgins is going to head to the forecourt. But they have some very, very good athletes, and they are extremely quick, and they play well together. From the outside, Ward, no. Rebound, Higgins, no. Fouled on the floor. It'll be Grizz basketball, baseline. Oh, there's the bonus in effect. So 1 in the bonus. Foul was called on Michelle Hovey.
Michelle Hovey, #1.
Again, Thermopolis last night came to Basin and was defeated by Riverside. Who'd you tell me Mountain View beat last night? Who? Who did you tell me about? Did Mountain View beat somebody last night, you told me? Because Thermopolis was here.
That's right. It wasn't Thermopolis. Who was it, Mountain?
Second free throw by Higgins. No, but she got her own rebound, put it up, and was fouled. Kiana Herman is going to be called for the foul. Corey Sobel wants to talk to the troops. $1:59 left to go. Riverside's bench has been empty.
Maybe it was Wind River. I can't remember that. Oh, yeah. Probably Riverside is one of the most unselfish teams I've seen in a long time. They so play so well together, and they're very unselfish. Always looking for somebody in a better position. They are just a real solid team, I think.
Yeah, and you look at their scoring numbers tonight, and I think you can pencil their 5 in. Their 5 should set, well, barring something really unforeseen, won't be back on the floor. The shot by Higgins off the mark, no good. The foul was on Kiana Herman. It was her first. Higgins misses the first. Boys action coming up after this. Michelle Herman with the rebound as Higgins can't get the second to go off to True triplet. With Longshore. Twitchell and Hovey. And Tanya Twitchell's going to go to the free throw line with $1:45 remaining. The foul was whistled on Leslie Blackburn. First free throw by Twitchell is good. The second one isn't. 49-29. Barnes in a hurry. He's going to put the shot off the glass. The runner, no. Rebound, Blackburn, yes. Leslie Blackburn for 2. 49-31. At the conclusion of this game, we're going to take a break for about 10 minutes as Kiana Herman's going to be called for the travel. And the bench will clear. Melanie Walbrink, a junior, checks in.
Peterson.
Yeah. I had to look. I knew it was a Peterson. I wasn't sure which one. Lauren Peterson checks in. And from the outside, Stephanie Allred, a junior, hits a deuce. 49-33. Around the perimeter, just a game of catch now for the Lady Rebs. Nearly thrown away. And was thrown away. And then given back as credit to steal. I believe that was Miranda Wilson with the steal. And then they're going to call the carry, I believe, on Stephanie Allred. Michelle Harvey turn and fire blocked by the side of the backboard. Loose came back. Hovey's going to turn fire again. Halfway down, spit up, no. Kiana Herman, nice job on the offensive board. There's a kick out to triplet on top. True hawked by Peterson, which may be one of the first times this year that Peterson can say she guarded somebody shorter than she was. The foul was called. Stephanie Allred's going to be called with the foul. Michelle Hovey's going to go to the line to shoot 2 as the double bonus is in effect. Off the front of the iron, the first for Michelle. She'll shoot another. The Lady Rebs are going to up their conference mark to 3-0. Hovey gets the second. Michelle goes 1 of 2. The lead is 17, 50-33. In the backcourt, there's the palm. Baseball inbounds pass to Twitchell. Longshore, can she save it? Chelsea did a smart thing and then a not so smart thing. She threw the ball into the backcourt, knew if she touched it, it was a backcourt violation. So she waited until Wilson reached for the ball to slap it. Then she slapped to try to get the ball back, but unfortunately was called for the foul. So using the head, but called for the foul nonetheless. That'll send Miranda Wilson line to shoot 1+, will not go, taken away by Michelle Hovey. Hovey to Longshore now with 16. To triplet. True. Into the Lions' den. where she is mauled and will go to the line. They called the foul on 13. Unfortunately, there is no 13 on the lineup.
25.
They called the foul on 25. There is a 25. That is Lauren Peterson. Triplet to the line. True can't get the first. She'll shoot another with 10.8 remaining. True can't get the second. Twitchell after it couldn't hold on to it. Hovey tried to throw it off of a player and missed. Threw it back into play with 5. In the forecourt, Wilson had it, lost it to Olsen. And they will not get the shot off, and that's how this baby's going to end. The final score from Rebel Gymnasium in game number 1. Add $250 to the Riverside Rebels Dollars for Scholars Fund. They win it 50-33 over the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. 50-33. The Rebels with the victory. Numbers will be set to come your way, and then we'll step aside for about 10 minutes. You will see it on the clock. And as it strikes 0, we will be back and bring you game number 2 between the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies and your Riverside Rebels. Riverside Rebs still looking for that elusive win number 1 in varsity basketball action this year. Try to get one at home tonight at the expense of the Rocky Mountain Grizz. The Grizz coming off the big win last night at home. They defended their turf in overtime over Jim Prather and the Grable Buffs last night. As did the Lady Grizz last night, defend theirs with a 2-point come-from-behind victory over Marty Rage and the Grable Lady Buffs. Lady Buffs last call were up in quarter number 3. $20-11 was the last score that they passed on to us. We're going to work on finalize some discs here. We may lose your audio for a moment or two. Nothing to fear. In fact, we will just go away and we will come back a minute or so before game number 2 starts, and we will have